Welcome to the Small Business Voice with Justin, Duncan, and Jeanette Forni on Power Talk 1360 KFIV and the iHeartRadio app. We are here every Saturday to highlight local entrepreneurs and small business owners and to learn how they succeed to build their businesses from the ground up. What were their challenges and what are their victories? Jeanette, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing better. I'm still not 100% yet, but I am doing better.
Oh, yeah. And today is your nutritionist
Yes.
that's coming in, and so you continue losing weight, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm down 39 pounds, so I'm very happy about that. I'm down to 267 as of today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was at 306. So, and my goal is to get down to about 200, 195, 200.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. And I mean, a lot of it takes, self-discipline. Also, you can have, it's kind of like the thing of leading a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And
Yeah.
same thing.
Well, and that's actually how it started off. I mean, Mari was my horse. Or no, you can lead a horse. Oh, so I was the horse.
Yeah.
Mari was leading me to the water, and I wasn't drinking right away. So I probably could have been a little bit further. And she knew it. I mean, she could tell when I was being serious about it or not.
But that's like with almost anything. When you start having success, the main thing people say is, I should have started this so much sooner.
Yeah.
I should have done this so much. Same thing like when we talk to guests, the ones that start earlier in life and those that then finally decide to do it. And they go, boy, if I would have just really started earlier, my goodness, I would be so much further along. And because you go through the same trials, and same thing when it comes to, workout routines and nutrition, you go through those same steps that you have to overcome. And so I'm so very proud of you. So
well,
happy.
Thank you. And actually I focused on, booking guests, and I think we're booked out until December now. So we have guests coming in. So, we still have spots open in December if you want to come in as a guest, share your expertise.
It's funny how people get nervous and we just have a conversation.
Yeah,
and
that's all we do. Yeah,
and that's the whole thing. If people get to know who you are, and it's so fun to get to know all the people that are in our community, because everything that's going on right now, we're in the middle of a political season, but that's also, that's Washington DC. When it comes down to what affects also your life, a lot of it has to do with your community and the people that you know and everything else that's going on. So getting to know your community, doing business locally, supporting everybody, I think that makes such a big difference.
Well, I always try to say that we're not a political show because I don't want to get into politics, but
we've had the mayor of Turlock, Amy, and that was a great show.
That was a great one, yeah.
And we didn't talk about, the politics. We talked about, what her passion was, how she got into it.
Yeah, and we're going to have John Doherty on here pretty soon also. But we want to have politicians that actually are for the people. I think so many of them will. Well,
they all say they're for the people.
they all say that, but you can tell by their actions if they really are for the people or not. And in the last 3.5 years, are you going to get political now? Well, I'm just going to say, look at the inflation, and what causes that inflation. We've had retail thefts, that were, since it was under.
Yeah, no good deed goes unpunished. And I mean, that's the whole thing when you try to say like, oh, well, all people are good. And so we should not punish people and they'll just know to do the right thing. Well, that backfired. Okay.
A big time. Yeah. It doesn't work. And, but it's a cause and effect. Now our insurance is way up. Yeah.
Because of theft.
Because of theft, car thefts, there was an actor that passed away, because somebody was trying to steal his catalytic converter, and he was just.
But you're also ruining people's lives. We talk about small businesses, and small businesses have to shut down. Not so much also from just the theft, but we're also talking about they can't get insurance. I'm sorry, if I'm going to be restocking your shelves every single week with new merchandise, so that some people can go lay out some blankets in front of your CVS drugstore and sell it to people, and that's where it comes down to people too. If you're buying the stolen merchandise because you don't want to spend $7 $50 on deodorant because you can get the same stolen deodorant for 50 cents right outside the store. It's almost like, how dare you? How dare you support criminal activity and let the person that hires people and supports families and they pay the rent. I mean, the trickle down effect of a store closing in a neighborhood, and it comes down to our choices.
Yeah. Well, and that's a big one too, because it's all profit to thieves, Yeah,
exactly.
So it reminds me of Goodfellas, like the first part of that movie. Have you ever seen Goodfellas?
Yeah, I have seen Goodfellas, but well, I was married to an Italian, so he was watching all of those all the time. So I'm not watching those anymore.
So, you listen to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Jeanette Forni on Power Talk 1360 KFIV and the iHeartRadio app. And we're here every Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon. Anyway, there's a part there that Henry Hill is talking about. They'd steal a case of wine for, like a 1,500 bottle, case of wine, and they turn around and sell it for 400. And they said, what do we care? It's all profit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so anyway, but like you said, it has a trickle down effect.
And that's the whole thing with community. And that's why I like it so much with this show, that we end up, just even like today. The guests that we have today, nutrition, local, workout routines, all about getting your health better. I mean, we can all Google that. But here again, it's that personal one-to-one, knowing who the people are, working with other people in your community. And, otherwise we're just going to be someone that does business and commerce online. And that's not right. Yeah.
Yeah. We got Mari Fernandez and Rick Garcia coming in, owners of Rooted Movement.
They've helped you.
They've helped me immensely, yeah. And one of the things is they do have YouTube channels, and I don't know if they're private or public. I think they're private, so you have to be a member to get on there. But it helps because, so I have this exercise routine. So if I have an issue or a question, I can go to the YouTube channel, and since I'm a member, I can go in and look at this, and then I can see how. And Rick's the model. So Rick's the, he's the one that does all the.
And so it makes a difference when you know someone also. Yeah. And then if you do have the ability to have the contact with them. And so you're going, I watched the video 5 times. Can you just help me out with my form, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's what it is form, because every time I go in there, I'm trying to remember what the form is. There's a lot going on in your head, okay, am I doing this right? And then they'll even say okay, this is where you're supposed to feel the not the pain, but the you feel like
the burn.
Yeah, the burn. Yeah.
Yeah. Feel the burn.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, I'm down 39 pounds as of today. Very happy about that.
I look forward to talking to them, seeing what's going on now, and learning more, because we learn something every single time when we have a guest on. I learn something.
Well, and I do too. I mean, that's why I like this show also.
And I bet you have them on so that it kind of encourages you.
Yeah. Well, I have no choice now. I mean,
because when you see something and when you're part of it, I remember it's okay, so Jaws, didn't go on the ocean surfing for a 3 months.
Yeah.
But also when I watched the first Rocky, everybody watching Rocky wanted to start working out. Well, yeah. I'm thinking that's how I felt. It's you see these people working out and and the striving, running up those stairs, and then all of a sudden you're going I want to work out. Yeah. And it's encouragement from that. But a lot of us, we just don't do it on our own, and that's why we do need someone to get us started, to really be there as a support system.
Well, the one thing that Rooted Movement does, and I got to make this really quick, but the one thing they do, and what other gyms don't, is they focus on nutrition and they focus on the workouts. And, usually when you join a gym, I won't mention any names, but they just have, they have the machines there. But if you're not eating right, then you're just kind of wasting your, 15, 20.
And a lot of people walk around lost.
Yeah.
And the people that aren't walking around lost and know what they're doing and know how to use the equipment and everything else, well, they don't need someone.
Yeah. Well, and then a lot of times too, I've been in the gym and it's like a hookup spot. You just see people sitting on machines. It's also intimidating.
It's intimidating going to a gym, especially if you don't know what you're doing and if you feel out of shape.
Yeah.
And to have something that's more private and where you can fit it into your own schedule, where you don't have to go and take a class that and change your whole schedule around. When you miss it or you're running late to it, you go, oh, yeah, just forget it.
All right. So let's get Mari and Rick in here because
yes.
Yeah, we'll
let's talk about that.
Let's talk. You're listening to Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Jeanette Forni on Power Talk 1360 KFIV and the iHeartRadio app. Stay with us.
Here we go.
Welcome back to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Jeanette Forni on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Reach out to us for more information about our featured guests by texting 209-896-6500, or you can always email us at info@smallbusinessvoicemedia.com. So our guests today are Rick Garcia and Marisol Fernandez, owners of Rooted Movement. Glad you guys came back, and I got you guys together this time. So
thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
So I guess I'll start off with I'm down to 267. I started off at 306. I've incorporated the exercising now. So I need to get more consistent with that.
It's a process. You're good.
It is a process, yeah.
So when you're saying you're now doing that, so there's a step procedure. You started with nutrition? And then
I started with nutrition, yeah. And then once I got my diet down, and I'm not really talking about diet. I'm talking about just foods that are good for you, like chicken, vegetables.
We found foods that Justin was used to having, and we made some small changes with those. I didn't tell him he couldn't go to any of the restaurants that he is used to going to.
Because he's on the road, right?
He's on the road. So I taught him how to focus on meals that were higher in protein. And starting off where he was. Everybody is different, and that's how I approach nutrition coaching, is by analyzing a person's situation, the foods that they enjoy, and just tweaking them. So a lot of it was more just helping Justin realize, okay, this is a food that you're used to ordering, great, but let's make a few changes. You might still be able to have that occasionally, but I actually had him eat more. So I had him focus on higher protein, making sure he was getting some fruits and some veggies. So I didn't tell him he couldn't hit up any of the drive-thrus. It was just helping him figure out where he was, what is his goal, and how to get him there.
Well, also like with eating more, it's like a lot of people with empty calories, they're still hungry. Right. When the body hasn't got the nutrition that it needs, it keeps going like, no, feed me more, feed me more.
Yes.
No, I'm still hungry.
And I would always tell Justin, the main goal is for you not to be hungry. So that was, we do weekly check-ins in unlimited tech support. So he sends me pictures of what he eats, and I either tell him, that's great, you did a great job ordering that, or, hey, next time, let's make these changes, or what else was available there that you were interested in eating, and then we go from there. So it's very customized. I don't tell people that is horrible, you need to eat less. It's mostly just finding a way for him to be satisfied, because it's easier to stay on a system that allows you to be full.
Yes. If you're always hungry, that's when people end up breaking down. It's so funny when you're saying he sends me pictures of what he eats. Makes me think that all of my daughters must be on your program.
It's the food world we live in. Taking pictures of what you're eating.
Exactly. Go to a restaurant. Mom, let's take a picture first. I'm going like, what is this? Taking pictures of the food constantly.
I never understood that, but now I do it now too. But it's now.
But you're doing it for health reasons.
Yeah, I'm doing it for health reasons. Yeah.
It's all about the goal.
Yeah. So once you got that, you were no longer hungry. How long did it take you before you ended up going into part 2, adding the exercise? And what did that look like?
That was probably, a couple months later?
So we started working together on April 1st, and the first 3 months were focused on nutrition. And once he started realizing, hey, I can continue to do this, it's not affecting where I need to go with my other job, being on the road, I'm ready to go into the gym. And I really made that clear, is you don't have to go into the gym right away. Do I want you to? Yes, absolutely. But we need to start we need to start at a point where you feel comfortable, where you feel that you can be consistent. And then he's like, all right, I think I'm feeling really good, because he had more energy. He was really tired all the time. And I was like, I don't want you to be hungry, and I want you to feel more energetic. And that became something that he realized every day. I'm feeling good. All right, let's get you into the gym. And so he's been going to the gym for about a month, and he's only coming in once a week. So a lot of it's just to get him comfortable with moving and stretching, and slowly he'll start enjoying that.
That's a big part, though, and especially going to a gym. That's where people kind of like stop and make excuses, because you got to get in the car and you got to drive somewhere, and
there's lots of hurdles to overcome. I think really what is the most important thing is your goal. And for most people who have a food loss goal, a weight loss goal, they associate that with exercise. Weight loss goals are nutrition goals. Movement, exercise, they will help you feel better. They will help you move better. They will give you more confidence in what your body's capable of doing. But if you really want to change the amount that you weigh, you have to change your food. So Marty nailed it. His goal was to lose weight. And so
it's just a health goal, because we have all of this, Ozempic. Yeah, they're losing weight, but they're losing muscle.
You're correct.
Well, and then another thing, too, is you have to stay on it all the time in order to keep it off.
That is the shortcut mindset that unfortunately has been adopted with weight loss and exercise.
Everyone wants something quick.
Correct.
But what you guys are saying is you got to put the foundation in, and you got to eat healthy, not be hungry, and then add the next step, which is
movement, right? Movement and exercise.
Now, I will say this about the Ozempic commercials: they do dance in those.
Dude, yeah, they look fantastic.
Well, I have mixed emotions about all of I call them tools. Everybody needs a different tool. Is it my first choice for any client? Absolutely not. But I know people who have taken Ozempic or an insulin shot to help them not be insulin resistant. And I tell people, if you're going to use this as a tool to get you to where you need, and you are willing to implement a healthier diet and exercise to stimulate muscle mass, then you're using it correctly. But there are some people that can't break the mindset of I'm hungry all the time. So whether it's bariatric surgery or Ozempic, those are tools. And I, as a nutrition coach, I don't judge. I meet them where they're at, and I help them.
It was meant for diabetics, and where they were like very overweight.
Yes.
And then it ends up being that women that I think look absolutely perfect take it to vanity or...
Yes. That's when it's used wrong.
What's the old saying, right? If you only have a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right? So you got to have the right tool for the right job.
I have never heard that before. See, I learned another American saying right now.
So you're listening to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Jeanette Forni on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. We are here with Marisol Fernandez and Rick Garcia, owners of Rooted Movement. They can be reached at
209-648-2009. We have an Instagram. We have a Facebook. It's Rooted Movement. Our email addresses are very similar. It's either rick@rootedmovementmodesto.com or Madi@rootedmovementmodesto.com.
I think I'll just have you guys say
if they call them. Is that a text message?
That is a phone number that you can either text or you can call. Text is usually a little easier for us to get back to people since we're between clients. So either form of communication, Instagram, social media, emails, text, or phone.
So do you have any, I'm trying to think of how to ask this question. So as your diet gets better, will your eyesight improve by chance?
Sometimes that can happen because of it could either be blood pressure issues. It can be lack of nutrients. Every part of our body needs support from nutrients, whether it's vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, whichever it is. But whenever we're lacking something, there is parts of our body that are going to be affected. And whether it's eyesight, blood pressure, cholesterol, even for women, different parts of their life as far as perimenopause, menopausal, and postmenopausal, all those things are affected by lack of nutrients.
And you know what? It's like my mother, may she rest in peace, when she started acting weird, and she had a potassium deficiency. And so, I mean, everything, our bodies are so intricate that you have to feed your body the right nutrients. And,
Yes.
and I heard that even having lowered magnesium levels will, and everybody thinks a pill is going to fix everything. You can't keep taking pills and, shot for this or whatever. You have to start with the basic, which is nutrition.
There's nothing that can supplement real food. Pills and other things, they are supplements. They're supplementing something that your body isn't naturally either producing or intaking. And they are used, again, as a tool. They shouldn't be something that the body depends on, or you're using it as a magic pill.
So now this is more than just like a gym. You have a mission statement, correct?
Yes.
And it's all about the community.
So our mission statement is to improve the Modesto community through movement, strength, and nutrition. And so we find that people who feel better, who have more energy, who have more confidence in their body, tend to be better citizens of their little area, right? Mm-hmm. I'm more likely to help my neighbor move something. I'm more likely to have the confidence to speak to an individual that I don't know and see if they just need anything whatsoever if I feel better about myself. And so if you start internally, that generally spirals outward and makes the place that you live a better place. And that's really what we try to do. We try to give people a place to feel good about themselves.
And you really help out with the community. Do you have any special things that are going on right now since you're involved with the community?
Yes, we're always looking for different ways to get involved with the community. You can find any of our events on our website or on our Instagram. We are constantly updating our monthly calendar. So if anyone's interested in seeing other things, but once a month, we like to do something really fun for our members. The first thing that we have coming up is in September. It's on Saturday the 7th. And we're going to be doing line dancing with Cassandra Augusto, Kirk's sister.
Oh,
right. So this is
a small community.
Yeah. It's she's going to be teaching line dancing. It's all levels, and it is a $25 drop-in fee for non-members. You can reach out and find that information on our website or text us. Cool. And then we also have another event, Swinging for Teresa.
Okay. So this is the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Jeanette Forni on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. And we're here with Marisol Fernandez and Rick Garcia, owners of Rooted Movement. They can be reached at
209-648-2009.
We'll be back. Small Business Voice KFIV and the iHeartRadio app. Stay with us.
CISPRO Innovations, connecting local businesses with local families. Display your services and products with our pay-as-you-go optimized website design program and boost your brand's online presence with our affordable social media marketing tools. To learn more, visit our website at CISPROinnovation.com. That's CISPRO, SISBRO, innovation.com.
Welcome back to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Jeanette Forni on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Reach out to us for more information on our featured guests by texting 209-896-6500, or you can always email us at info@smallbusinessvoicemedia.com. We are here with Marisol Fernandez and Rick Garcia, owners of Rooted Movement. They can be reached at
209-648-2009.
I love the way that you're involved in your mission to make people better in Modesto, and you're involved in the community and inviting in the community for the line dancing, and to go to your calendar for that information. And then you started, and we were running out of time, so tell us other things that are important in the community.
So Rooted Movement had the privilege of being featured by the talented journalist Teresa Hammond in the 209 magazine. And we wanted to do something and give back to her. She is, she's struggling right now with her health, and she's a mom of two amazing kids. Her daughter is in high school. And so we're trying to rally up the community to support her through this challenging time. So on Saturday, September 21st at 9 a.m. at Rooted Movement, 518 12th Street in Modesto, downtown area, we're inviting everyone to come and swing for Teresa. It's about an hour and 45-minute event. We're going to start off with our community class that we have every Saturday called Carry Club. That is from 9 to 9:45, and then we're going to get people together for 45 minutes of swinging. And this swing class is going to be for all levels.
What is Swinging. First, when you said swing class, I'm going like the New York swing.
Like the dance swing?
Swing dancing. Okay, big band here.
I got 2 left feet. I can't teach you that.
Okay,
but,
so what is swinging for Teresa Hammond, right?
Yes, swinging for Teresa Hammond. So we're going to be teaching people how to use kettlebells. And there's different ways. I don't want to scare anybody with the word swinging, but there's a variety of different ways to use a kettlebell. And there's a ballistic way and there's a very slow, beginner-friendly way. And I just encourage people to come out. We're doing it for somebody to help her and her family, getting the community together. And we are going to be breaking down the process of utilizing the kettlebell and how people can use this even at home. You don't need very much space. It doesn't cost a lot to purchase a kettlebell. So this is a great...
Do we bring our own kettlebells? Are you going to have enough?
Well, if somebody has one, it's always more comfortable to use one that you're comfortable with. We have a variety of kettlebells available. The price for this is going to be $35, and
every good cost.
All proceeds are going to go to Teresa.
Yeah, every
cent. And $35 is to reserve your space, but then you're also going to be put into a raffle, and the raffle is valued around $700. It is going to be 1 free month of unlimited coaching at Rooted Movement, along with a customized training program,
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yes, unlimited access to yoga classes and movement classes, and 1 month of nutrition coaching with me.
Oh, wow. And that's where it all starts, nutrition.
Yes.
So what day is this again?
So this is going to be on September 21st, which is a Saturday.
Oh, okay. And at what time is it starting?
This is going to be at 9 is our Carry Club portion, and then at 10 o'clock is when we will be swinging for Teresa. But we encourage people to come out for both segments. It's $35, whichever segment. It's not it's for the whole morning.
And the Carry Club is?
Carry Club is a community class that we host every Saturday at 9 a.m., rain or shine. One of the easiest ways to make your body strong is to just carry weights.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Nothing fancy.
So
you just pick it up and you walk back and forth with it.
Sure.
So there's different ways that will use different parts of your body with more stress in terms of if you're carrying a weight low or if you're carrying it higher up your body. But it's a class that's open to anyone of all skill levels. If you've never picked up a weight in your life.
If you're a mom, you pick up lots of weights.
Exactly.
Starts with 8 pounds.
You nailed it,
and
right?
Then,
and
by the time they're 2, they're 20 pounds.
Which is usually what we tell a lot of ladies when they're like, well, I don't want to pick up anything that weighs more than 10 pounds. And they have a 4-year-old on their hip.
Exactly.
I was like, he weighs more than 10 pounds.
And groceries.
Yeah. And groceries.
Try to get it all out of the car at the same time. And
that is what we were basically using, the concept of grocery carrying. Any kind of load on your skeletal system is promoting bone density, and that is something that as we age is a very, very important thing to think about. If you break your hip at an older age,
that's the whole thing. When you get older, one fall, no bone density, it will take out an old person.
And unfortunately, the person is more likely to die within 12 months of a hip break. Oh. And that's really scary.
That is.
And and then after that, we'll do the kettlebell swing component portion of the class where we'll either be teaching someone how to do it or we'll be leading them through a very fun, energetic 40 minutes that will be. And
you know what? I bought a kettlebell at below $5. Yeah. I mean, so we're talking below $5, right?
You can find them. You can find weights out there that people don't want. So I used to teach nationally all over the country about how to use kettlebells correctly and teach other trainers how to use the tool properly. So I've coached up to 115 people at once, so we should be okay.
So you're listening to Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Jeanette Forni on Power Talk 1360 and the iHeart Radio app. And we're here with Marisol Fernandez and Rick Garcia, owners of Rooted Movement. You can reach them at
209-648-2009.
What's your email?
Mari at rootedmovementmodesto.com.
That's MARI.
Okay.
And then Rick is RIC at rootedmovementmodesto.com.
Okay. Now, do you have any sponsorship opportunities for this event on Saturday?
We do not at the moment, but if anybody wants to sponsor any part of this, I am always open to talk. Again, anything that I can do to help this wonderful person that really actually brings light to a lot of small businesses in the 209 area. She's mostly known in the Oakdale area, but she reached out to me just because she had seen a lot of the nutrition things that I had offered, and she wanted to highlight that. So I really appreciate anybody that is going to promote my business.
Okay. Well, if it's Saturday, I could probably be there. So
awesome. Yeah. And we'll have an Eventbrite link on our Instagram. We will have tickets available purchase on our website, or you can directly call or message me and I will help you get set up.
I just think it's like so great that, I'm think it's fabulous that you're helping someone in the community and helping out Teresa Hammond. But at the same time, even if it wasn't tied to a fundraiser, the opportunity for the raffle to be able to win the membership and the nutrition, and then learning how to use the kettlebells, and I can just see it. Yeah, they make a good weapon, doorstop.
It's a good doorstop.
Yeah, exactly.
Good paperweight.
So everyone should own one, but now we also, and that's something you can do. I know with kettlebells, it's something that you can do while you're watching television. You can do it in your home.
Yes.
But it's all about form too, because they can be heavy, and especially if you swing them the wrong way, there goes your back. So, so if you own a kettlebell out there, come out, support a great cause on September 21st, maybe win a prize, but learn how to use it properly. And that is a gift in itself to help the community, help people be healthier and stronger. And fabulous.
It's a big hurdle for people to exercise, is not feeling confident and knowing what they're doing. We always talk about it to our members, is that somebody taught you how to do math. Someone teaches you how to change your oil in your car, but you're just told to exercise.
And be able to have something with the tools, like you said, that you can have at home. And if you know how to use them properly. And because gyms can be intimidating. And and how many times have we all been in a gym and people are just standing around and looking, and it's like, okay, today I made it inside the front doors, but then I walked back out. Yeah. It's like, I got to get ready for that
at least
meeting.
You walked in, man. Pat yourself on the back.
And we have a saying, kettlebells don't hurt people. People get hurt using kettlebells. So technique is extremely important. It is more important quality versus quantity. We are not going to be focusing on, I need you to do 100 or 200 swings. It's how can you do a swing and maximize your effort and your time?
Yeah, and I think also resistance training is so important, and then people get scared of weights. Well, kettlebells are kind of like in between. It's something that you can learn freedom of motion, and like you guys were saying, swinging.
It's a wonderful tool to learn how to move your body.
Mm-hmm.
It's what we say, it's not about the kettlebell, it's about you. If you move your body correctly, the weight will do what it's supposed to do.
With nutrition.
Well, different goals, right? So if your goal is to lose weight, then you got to eat right, but you can get stronger and you can move better, and just feel better about how your physical self. You'll obviously change how you look a little bit, but nutrition leads to weight loss.
I remember asking you, like, if I wanted to get 6-pack abs and like a chiseled, like, is that possible? And you said, yeah, that's possible. But are you willing to maintain it?
Yeah.
And I said no.
And that's fair.
Yeah, I was saying, okay, it'd be nice to have, but do I want to actually do the work to keep it?
And that's the honest conversation that we have with our members before they start. It's like, what's an actual realistic goal? Like, it's not just what you kind of pie in the sky want, but it's like, what are you willing to do the work on? And then that goal can change as you're going along. You could say, hey, I want a 6-pack, and then start the process, start the journey, and then halfway through be like, you know what, like, now I've changed my priorities. I'd like to feel good, and maybe I want to hike up a mountain instead. And then your programming, your nutrition, and your goals will change, and they should dictate what you do in the gym.
And then, once you lose the weight, there's spray tans and airbrushing.
I guess so. Yeah.
Women
they make
contour.
Those superhero shirts, bro. They have all the muscles on them already. So.
Yeah, I need to get some of those.
Well, it's always so nice having you guys on.
Thank you so much.
And the whole come on out on September 21st and maybe win a prize and do it for a good cause and learn how to use the kettlebells without hurting yourself or someone else. Unless they're breaking into your house, grab that kettlebell.
Right.
Yeah. And then you guys are coming back on in December, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So
love to.
So we're happy back on. A lot of people have that New Year's resolution of, okay, this is what I want to do for 2025.
Yep.
And I think
Right
it's a
after
perfect time.
Thanksgiving,
Yep.
Yeah.
Halloween, candy.
Right.
All those holidays people are scared of.
I eat.
It's not just
Yeah.
one
I just
day
eat.
that is the problem. It's everyday habits.
And all the
Yeah.
parties and all the baking.
Yes.
Things you do. Yes.
Which are all completely okay. There's no bad food. You just got to know when to eat it and when's the appropriate time and what your body really needs.
Yeah. You're listening to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Jeanette Forni on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. And if you want to get a hold of Marcel Fernandez or Rick Garcia, you can call them at...
209-648-2009.
And what's your email?
Mari, M-A-R-I, at rootedmovementmodesto.com.
And mine is Rick, R-I-C, at rootedmovementmodesto.com.
So you're listening to Small Business Voice on Power Talk 1360 and the iHeartRadio app. Stay with us.
All day long, radio's been playing all our songs. Just read your message on my phone. It's turning me on when you say.
This business tip is brought to you by Cispro Innovation. Hi, this is Catherine Ramos, and today we're talking about enhancing online visibility with fresh content. Regularly updating your GMB with fresh content, much like you would a social media platform, keeps your audience engaged and informed. This not only keeps your business at the forefront of potential customers' minds, but also signals to Google that your business is active and relevant, potentially improving your local search rankings. Cispro Innovation, where we help local businesses connect with local families. For more information on this tip, check out our blog at CisproInnovation.com. That's Cispro, S-I-S-B-R-O, innovation.com.
Welcome back to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Jeanette Forni on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Reach out to more information about our featured guests by texting 209-896-6500, or you can always email us at info@smallbusinessvoicemedia.com. Pull up any of our past shows on the iHeartRadio app. Just search and follow the Small Business Voice. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube, and connect with me on LinkedIn. My wonderful guest host is a fellow small business owner, Jeanette Forni. She owns Allstate Insurance in Turlock, California. Call Jeanette at 209-667-2222 or email her at JeanetteForni@allstate.com. Community Corner is proudly sponsored by Lightspeed Graphics, a creative media agency specializing in video and animation. To get in touch with owner Kurt Gonzalez, simply text him at 209-617-2606 or visit his website at lightspeedgraphics.com. Jeanette, we have Gold Star coming up. You just had your meeting this morning. Mine comes on Thursday. So in case you're wondering, Gold Star Referral Clubs is a small business networking opportunity that meets weekly at various times from Monday through Friday. We invite you to join us. I attend the Downtown Connections Club in Modesto every Thursday at noon at Skewer's Restaurant. For those interested in meeting Jeanette, her club meets at My Garden Cafe in Turlock at 7 a.m. on Gear Road. If you're a business professional seeking networking opportunities, feel free to reach out to me at 209-896-6500 or drop me an email at info@smallbusinessvoicemedia.com. Let's connect and grow together. How's that sound, Jeanette?
Hey, I think so. And if they do want to come down and start their mornings on a Tuesday morning at My Garden Cafe, then it's a great way to start the day. We're there with business owners, and we all get to know each other. And when you know and trust someone, it's people you can refer. Mm-hmm. And then, but I'd say Gold Star has an even bigger event coming up, which is going to be October 25th.
Yeah.
And we're talking 250 business owners. I mean, where are you ever going to meet that many business owners where you can network, you can find people? What I love is when I have something or I can refer someone to it. Someone just texted me, a friend of mine from Linden, and she said, who was it that you went to for your legal for when my mother passed and for the trust and all of this? And to know that I have someone that I trust, that I have worked with, to be able to refer. And as business owners, it's so good to have other business owners you can talk to. And because we have our own set of problems and you can talk all you want to your family, your sister, your best friend, but sometimes talking to another business owner. So the Great Business Networking event for Gold Star coming up on October 25th, it's an opportunity. All Gold Star members, we get an extra guest ticket. And so we can bring someone that we would think maybe benefit from this. Yeah. I always do a booth, and I have a great raffle price. And it gives me the opportunity to meet everyone in there because everyone's going to come by my table so they can drop their business card in to possibly be drawn for the fabulous price that I'm going to have. Yeah. I always have great prices there at the table. But yes, definitely. And if you do come down as my guest on Tuesdays at my Garden Cafe in Turlock at 7 a.m., I'll buy you breakfast. Just sit on in and see what we do. It's a close-knit group, and we have a lot of fun. But we also get to meet other business owners. And that's part of being part of the community. And this is the community corner. Yeah. And I always encourage people, get to know your community, get to know the business owners, shop local, and everyone has gotten, lazy, and I just order it online or everything else. Just support your local neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly. And so I remember last week we had Stephen Adams on with Total Pest Management, and he even said, like, if you shop around, you usually find a small business that's local that's actually probably cheaper.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And also I think when you get to know the owners, same thing like when I do business with people in Gold Star, well, I know them. And so I know if I'm going to call them, they're going to call me back because they're going to see me the next Tuesday for breakfast. But we also know that we get the direct lines. We are able to call up. And there was a restaurant. I just heard about this. It was a restaurant, and they had to cancel an event, or they said, we're going to have to stick you outside because our air conditioning unit's gone out. And they're not going to be able to get to us. It's been hot. Yeah. They're not going to get to us for a week. And guess what? That Gold Star member said, I know a Gold Star member. They had the guy there in less than 2 hours.
I heard that story. Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
It's kind of like, when you know somebody, you can call them.
Well, who is that?
They end up Enrique from Evolution Heating and Cooling. Yeah. And we're trying to get him on air.
He's actually booked.
He is, because he keeps telling me he's like scared to death. He's got like stage fright. And, we don't bite.
No, we don't.
Well, at least not on Saturday mornings.
But Enrique is booked, and I want to say he's coming on maybe beginning of September. He's going to be our guest. So,
and he put my air conditioning system into my house, and he split the ductwork from, like top to bottom, so I can have it cool upstairs, and I don't have to be running the air conditioning downstairs because the back doors are open with people running in and out of the swimming pool. And so, he's done a great job. And then when my sister, her house, I was able to call him, and I said, something's not working there. I stopped by, and it was like really hot, and she didn't want to call me because I take care of the house. And so I called Enrique. He had a technician there the next morning. And that's the difference. When you know local business owners, we work together, we help each other out. And if you are a local business that treat your customers and it's important to you, get to know other business owners. We all help each other out.
That's right. So you're listening to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Jeanette Forni on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. And you're listening to the Community Corner, so we're kind of going over community events. And we'll have more because there's a lot of community events going on. And I usually make phone calls on Monday. That's my work day. So my work day is Monday, and I make calls. And I just had the promotion that just ended yesterday. And
that's why we got booked up.
Yeah. It was a good promotion. Starting January 1st, our prices are going to go up. And I'll announce the prices later.
And you know what? It's not an infomercial, because if you did an infomercial, you know how they scripted and everything else, and they just look phony with like a fake, host that's asking them all the right questions, kind of like our political environment right now. No,
yeah.
but if you ended up coming on the show, this is the whole thing. We want to know about you. We want to know who you are as a person, how you got started in business, because this also helps other business owners. And we are the small business voice, so we want to be the voice for those small business owners going out into the valley.
Yeah.
And don't be scared. We just have a conversation, and it flies by. Look at this half hour. It's just flown by so quickly.
Oh, yeah, big time. Yeah, so I will announce this, since we're booked so far ahead, if you want to book a show for next year, we'll keep it at the same price, but we also have a payment plan in place. So if you wanted to make payments on your show, you can do that too. And that way it's paid up before you even come on.
Do you know what advertising costs? And to be able to come on and reach people out there with who you are, everything else, and not have it as a commercial. Commercials and marketing is very expensive. Mm-hmm. And you know what? People like to buy things, but they don't like to feel like they're being sold something. I mean, that's a big thing. So here, coming on, we just want people to get to know who you are. And I've asked questions that I hope that consumers and other business owners would ask. And that's it.
Yeah, it's very straightforward. So, but anyway, if you have questions, you can always contact me at 209-896-6500. Best way is just to text me. That way, I can get back to you. Yeah, I'm really bad about checking my voicemail. I'm not going to lie. So, I want to thank you for tuning in each week. Jeanette, thank you for carrying the show the last couple of weeks. I hope to be a lot better by next week. So we look forward to having you back next week. A heartfelt shout out to our dedicated producer, Mike Murray, and the general manager of KCBP, Jim Costello, for their invaluable contributions to our show. We also appreciate the hard work of our intern, Tiffany Alex, and Kurt Gonzalez from Lightspeed Graphics, video and animation, for capturing and inspiring guests and their stories. If you're seeking assistance with digital marketing, don't hesitate to reach out to Kurt at 209-617-2606 or via email at kurt@lightspeedgraphics.com. Thank you, Jeanette, for joining me today and carrying the show again. And thank you for your support of the Small Business Voice. Remember to join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. as we dive into the minds of local small business owners and even more insightful discussions. And a special thanks to our guests, Rick Garcia and Marisol Fernandez, for sharing their expertise with us. Now, let's take care of business.